Back for another video. Moving right along here, we are going to jump into, I'm going to walk you through like my presets, and then at the bottom of the description there's a 40% off coupon for those of you who have purchased a mentorship to go and buy my presets. The preset that I did use on this one is not available, so we're going to walk through with the ones that I do have over here. So this was straight out of camera. My settings up here, it was ISO 500 with my 35 at 1.8, 1/64. I try not to underexpose too much. I like to be able to still see everyone's like eyelashes and teeth and the color of their hair. You know, you don't want to underexpose. That's one thing I don't think that my presets work like the best with, is photos that are like super underexposed. They can work with anybody's, but it's easier. I think any presets actually are easier if you have a great base to start with. So blank canvas here for you, so we're just going to walk through. This is glow 1, glow 2, glow 3, glow 4, glow 5, and glow 6. These two are studios, which you get. This is the black and white, like it's my strong black and white, and then this is my muted black and white. So they're both really good. This one's obviously dark. You just need to come and bump it up a little bit, but you can see the contrast difference between the two, this one and this one. So I prefer a stronger black and white, but a lot of people don't. So we're gonna go back though, and let's start with one that like really didn't look too fantastic. Like this one she's really red, the background's really purple, and this is so true for any preset that you're ever gonna buy. You have to make these presets work for you. Like for example, I have small, and I hated them for so long until I like knew how to use them, and I had to really learn. I mean, this is like so muted and matted, and I hated it, and I was like, these are the worst. And then I just like started, using my own stuff, and took some education courses, and then went back and played with small, and I was like, oh, okay, these are really great and not as bad as like I thought they were. I mean, we all think our stuff is great, and you have to find what presets are great for you. You're gonna spend some money. You're gonna be mad that you spent some money on that stuff, but that's just a part of life. You have to find what works for you, and these presets, any presets that you buy, you make them work for you. Make them work for you. Do not let them work you. All right, just remember that. I'm gonna pick a neutral color here. I mean, like if you guys are not using your dropper tool, use your dropper tool. All right, I'm just saying, it's amazing. It's a little bit warmer than I would like, so I'm literally just gonna bring down my warmth, probably not that much. And like it's so good. If you guys aren't utilizing it, you are totally missing out here. Brighten it up just a tiny little bit. I try to keep this as close to 0 as I possibly can, because I'm going to come in here with my brushes that I talked about before, and I'm going to brighten things up. You see maybe her dress is a little bit too saturated for you, so come to your color tools, and you're going to I guess it's pulling more red. Bring it down, and like already look how much good that looks. It brought some red down in his face. You can change and mess with it and want it more like a peachy color. I mean, use these tools, make them work for you, you guys. I am so serious. It really is that simple, and I wish that I would have taken education courses. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I wish that somebody would have just slapped me upside the head and told me invest in myself, and I would have gotten to where I am now light years sooner. So invest in yourself. I mean, you already are. So I mean, like, congratulations for, you know, being ahead of the game and getting, you know, getting it done. So let's reset. And I don't, maybe you guys have small and you don't want to buy my presets. So let's come down here. Let's click on number 1. I know number 1 is like the most famous one of all. I know you guys saw me talk about the blue primary. This is my favorite. And this right here, honestly, is like part of the reason why this whole photo and the colors with small are the way that they are. And it drives me nuts. You know, they don't have their lens corrections, so make sure that you guys are always doing your lens corrections. They turn my sharpening up to, you know, about 60 where I like it. My noise reduction up to about 50, 45 where I like it. The grain, I've told you before I don't like grain, so we're gonna pop that down so I don't have any grain in my photos. We're gonna come up now and we're gonna adjust some exposure, brighten this up, and let's, like, already so much different, right, from when we first clicked it. Let's see, let's reset this one, and I'm just gonna plop small on there. I mean, presets, they work for you guys. Don't let them work you. But you can still see the colors are super dull. So then I'm gonna come back down here, and this is your problem right here, you guys. We're gonna pop these up. I'll pop these up. We're gonna get more vibrant colors. Okay, take this red down a little bit, bring this up. I mean, already, like, just look at the difference. You click this and you're gonna put this on your photo and people are gonna be like, ugh, what? No, like, that looks terrible. Make your presets work for you. You probably will hear me say that 1,000 times through this. But make them work for you. Do not let them control you, guys. Okay? Make them work for you. Play with your midtones. Play with your shadows, your highlights. You know, I mean, it just, make them work for you. It'll give you the undertones you want. I mean, like, this is gorgeous. I love this small, you know? It's just a matter of how much you're willing to take the time to sit there and play with your presets, because you can. Any preset's going to work for any photo that you put on it. You just have to take the time to, and like, every camera is different. Every camera takes different color profiling. Every shooting scenario is completely different. So learn and try again and again. Say it at the end of every video. If you have questions and you're trying to make something work for you, you know, ask me and I am here to help. That's what I'm here to do. I don't want you guys to just think that you are being left in the dust by your guys' self, because I never ever want you guys to feel like that. So again, reach out if you guys have any questions, okay? So I'm going to reset this photo, and I think I'll use, I mean, we should have, I'm thinking I'll do is I'll go back to where my colors were on it. I think this was mine. Yes. Okay. I'm going to tone down my purples still a little bit more because I feel like they are pretty vibrant in the back of them. Okay. Now I'm going to select my subjects. Sorry, I'm probably like almost annoying to the point where I just like literally say absolutely everything that I'm doing. I don't want to just sit here and have you guys watch me edit and then not know what I am doing. Okay, so I got my new mask with my subject. I'm inverting it like I always do, and then I'm going to subtract my sky. You guys, I do this every time as long as there is a sky. There's always a background, right, behind your people, and you want that background to be just as beautiful. I mean, so gotta make the whole photo work. Okay, and then I might actually even warm this up just a smidgen more. Okay, and I'm going to select my sky. I'm going to throw my sky pop here. And that is just, I mean, pretty much perfect to me. I kind of want the a little bit more blue in there. It's coming up pretty green. Oh, there we go. Perfect right there. Perfect. That. Okay. Now I'm going to, this is one of my favorite brushes that I actually got from White Pine Photography in her brush collection. I don't use a lot of the brushes that I did get from her in that collection, but it is called a Skin Fix, and it works really well for like shadowed faces and stuff like that. And then I will come back here onto Mom, and I will use my skin highlight right here just to give her a little bit more color, and I will come like right under Dad's face right here. She's already a little whitey there, so I'm not going to any more highlight on him. His hand right here is driving me nuts because it is like blue, so I am going to just give him some warmth. I'm going to come back here where I did my skin fix and make sure that you get all the skin that is exposed. And we're going to come in on her eyes. They don't really need a ton of pop because they're not very shadowed in this photo, but I always like to give the eyes just a little bit of pop that I can. And then don't ever judge it off of like that, because you pull away and then sometimes they end up being definitely way too popped. Let's just do like right there. I think that's pretty perfect. Okay, and then I'm sure that we've all been staring at how brightly saturated her dress is, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to put my brush on her dress, and I'm literally just going to desaturate it because I don't want to change the color too much. Try to leave it, I try to always leave clothes as true to the color that they are as possible. Put a little bit back in there, bring down the exposure a bit, which bringing down this exposure is going to pull colors out. It's going to make it more vibrant, even though that probably sounds odd, that bringing down the exposure is going to make the colors pop more. So I think that that looks really good. I'll show you the before and after on that. Just I might even pop a little bit more back in. There we go. Okay, and then I mean, that's pretty good for me. I don't want to do, I'm going to add in a sun flare in up here. So let's pop this in over to Photoshop. Sorry, it's going to take a minute. Sometimes my computer is. And if you didn't see what I did there, I go edit in and then I edit in Photoshop. Okay, that's the quickest way that I have found to bring it over. If you guys know a different way, heck, more power to you. Sometimes this takes a long time. Okay, then I come over and I'm going to, I will always try and start with my levels so that way I get that polish on there right away. You can see just how much that does bring out everything to life. I love it. I talk about before this video, about my Greater Than Gatsby actions that I really like to use. That's what a lot down here is Greater Than Gatsby. I'm going to whiten her teeth. I talked to you guys about how I try to do everything first before the photo is going to get flattened. Okay, come out. If you don't know how I'm like zooming in and out, it's control. I don't even actually think you need to hit control. I think it's just option. So just option and then back and forth, left and right on your mouse. Okay. And then don't really need to blur anything. Let's give mom a little bit of skin glow. And see, and sometimes I like the brushes and I don't. And if you don't like them, guess what? It's totally fine to like not go with it. Play with it, and see what works. Sometimes the skin glow looks really amazing in photos, and others times it's not good at all. This is just a little skin smoother. You will notice that I hardly ever smooth dads. I just feel like husbands aren't soft. So it's just not something I really do. Romanticism. It's a clear kind of polish that I feel sometimes it works really good on the photos and sometimes it doesn't. So I always just like to try it though, because when it does work really good, it's something that I really do like. And I usually always bring down the vibrancy because it is a strong brush, or action I should say. So I like that, but I am going to take it off of mom. Just right here. And I'm going to take off her dress too because it's pulling up those vibrancies. Okay, so I'm going to flatten and I'm going to do my portraiture. You can see the before and after with the portraiture. It just gives everything that really soft, smooth. And I always mask it off of the eyes and off of dad, because dads aren't supposed to be smooth. And then I flatten. And I'm going to pop my sun into there. Okay, and I might even actually make it a little bit bigger and then pull it back some more so I get just that glow. Perfect right there. And then I flatten it and I save it. So that is there's that photo for you, and then I'll show you again. I always 2048 save me PNG, make sure it's clicked and save and done. So if you guys have any questions about this photo and how it was edited or anything, just ask.